We see the very stark possibility of a lot more need, and it's already manifested.
Now in Nightside, food distributors across the inland Northwest refuse to slow down despite mounting challenges. Why they say donations of food and money are more critical than ever.
Now that your trick-or-treaters have returned, the rain is ready to move in. I'm tracking a wet and windy Saturday in the first alert forecast.
And the jail captain for the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office announces his resignation, while the undersheriff is worried more officers could soon follow. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, happy Halloween, and thanks for staying up with us. I'm Derek Dice. A federal judge ruling today that the Trump administration must keep funding the food assistance program during the ongoing government shutdown by using contingency funds. To explain how this ruling works and for the response from the Trump administration, here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Tonight, just hours before 42 million Americans could lose their federal food assistance, also known as SNAP, a federal judge is ordering the Trump administration to tap emergency funds to keep the benefits flowing. The SNAP program, which helps low-income Americans afford groceries, is running out of money as the government shutdown enters day 31 with no end in sight.
Without SNAP, it's going to be hard to find food that's able to feed us, like in my family, things like that.
Tonight's ruling, one of 2 issued late Friday, a Rhode Island judge saying without the SNAP federal food program, some 42 million of the country's most vulnerable would face irreparable harm and terror over the availability of funding for food for their family. President Trump saying he's instructing the government lawyers to ask the judge how we can legally fund SNAP as soon as possible, saying if the court gives direction, it will be my honor to provide the funding. The Trump administration is expected to appeal.
Anything with government or state or anything above my head that I don't have eyes on directly, believe it when you see it.
Jenna Jackson, a mother of 4 who runs a tree farm in Oklahoma, says without medicated SNAP, she would have to make tough choices.
My dog is sick, but I have to eat. So the dog is ultimately going to have to suffer, or the kids are going to have to wear shoes that are too small for an extra month because we had to buy dinner.
President Trump calling on GOP lawmakers to end the filibuster. Writing on social media, it is now time for the Republicans to play their Trump card.
Food is a basic human right. However you align yourself politically, people still need to eat.
Starting November 1st, cards will still work for those with remaining balances, but without new funding, they won't be reloaded. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And amid the uncertainty over SNAP benefits, food banks across the inland Northwest are struggling to stay stocked. And the food distributors they turn to for help are struggling as well.
Right now, it's going out faster than it's coming in.
Organizations like Second Harvest and Northwest Harvest distribute food to hundreds of food banks across eastern Washington and North Idaho. But they say the calls for help keep coming. And despite their efforts, it's not enough to keep up.
And we've increased our food purchasing budget by $1 million and have doubled our purchasing budget for November. With that being said, that's not the solution. For every 1 meal that the emergency food system provides, SNAP provides 9 meals.
As they head into the weekend, these distributors say they can't take their foot off the gas. If you want to help, they say donations of food and money can fill that growing need. The Salvation Army of Spokane and Walmart are teaming up tomorrow for an emergency food drive. It'll run from 10 a.m. to 4 at the Walmart on Wellesley in Northwest Spokane. You can donate non-perishable food items to help restock the Salvation Army's Hope Market food pantries. The most needed donations include canned meats, fruits and vegetables, pasta, and peanut butter. Well, several businesses around Spokane are stepping up to feed the community if those SNAP benefits expire tomorrow. Axel's Pawn Shop set up a food pantry this afternoon and hopes people will donate to continue supporting their efforts. Axel's owner says several of its customers are worried about feeding their families without food stamps.
Most people are closer to needing food stamps than they are to being a billionaire, and that's pretty much my life theory about it. So if you can help, why not?
Other businesses like Hidden Bagel and the Supper Club are setting up free or discounted meal programs that will begin next week. It's Halloween, and all day long we've had viewers sending us photos of kids and even their pets in costumes on Facebook. Check this out. This dog seems to have grown wings and even horns. Not so sure if he's too happy about it. Then we have a spooky one from Tippy Hedron from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Next, a very professional photo and costume of Edward Scissorhands. And finally, take a look at this adorable little unicorn. All right, we saved some more photos for you later, but right now, Chris Crocker is here to tell us about the wind and rain that's heading our way.
Yes, we made it through trick-or-treat in pretty good shape. Just a few sprinkles tonight, and we have more rain on the way. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. And again, a few sprinkles in the 4 o'clock hour, in Spokane again in the 10 o'clock hour, but we have more substantial wet weather crossing the Cascades right now. As we take a look at our forecast radar, slow to make its way in, but we will start to see our odds of wet weather picking up as we get into tomorrow morning. Here's tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock with a good chance of rain, and that increases even more as we get into the noon hour. We'll see some steady rains and the heavier precipitation through North Idaho as a cold front approaches. As that comes, we are going to see our winds really picking up. There is a wind advisory for the area shaded in brown on your screen. Does not include North Idaho or the Northeast Mountains, Okanagan, Highlands and Valleys, or Waterville Plateau, but you're still going to see breezy conditions in this advisory area. Gusts up to 50 miles per hour, particularly strong in the Columbia Basin. For your Saturday winds in Spokane, you'll notice that uptick by around 11 a.m., 25-mile-per-hour gusts. But starting around 2, 3 o'clock, they'll really start going and stay in that 40 to 45-mile-per-hour range through the early part of the evening. Winds slowly dying down. Again, that wind advisory is in effect all the way until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Some good things blowing in for Sunday. I will have the second half of your weekend forecast and the 7-day outlook in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right. Well, we may be celebrating Halloween tonight, but next Friday, the Cougs will be celebrating taking over Spokane at the Cougs' first show at the Convention Center. It all starts at 3 o'clock when I'll be hosting a fireside chat with new WSU President Betsy Cantwell. After that, you'll be able to connect with about 60 Cougar-owned businesses and organizations. There's also a kids carnival and a happy hour that starts at 6. It's free to attend, and Cougs' first co-founder, Jack Thompson, promises you'll have a great time.
Bring your family because it's very family-oriented. Santa Butch will be there taking pictures. Luke Falk will be there signing. He just came out with a new book, so he'll be there doing his thing.
Cougs First was founded about 15 years ago with a mission to promote and advance Coug-owned and managed businesses. All right, college football enters its final third of the season tomorrow. Washington State sitting at 4-4 with 4 games to go, Jack.
And pretty even there. And they'll kick off their 9th game, of course, on the road. Washington State meeting Oregon State for the first round of the de facto Pac-12 title. That's down in Corvallis. WSU looking for some revenge from last season's loss there. The Cougs will look to fix its offensive inconsistencies, bottle up the Oregon State rushing attack, and force some turnovers. The Beavs are among the worst in FBS in turnover margin. Controlling the line of scrimmage will also be key, as OSU doesn't rate too well in sacks allowed or forced. Kickoff in Corvallis is at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. And no winner yet in Flagstaff tonight. This game going on right now. The Idaho Vandals locked in overtime against the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. Just before I came out here, it was 3rd down for Northern Arizona in overtime. It was 26-9 Idaho in the 3rd quarter. NAU climbed back with 15 fourth quarter points, taking the lead. And an Owen Adams 42-yard field goal for Idaho just tied that game to go to OT. We'll have these final highlights coming up later in Maine Sports. And Eastern Washington awaits their kickoff against Sacramento State tomorrow. The two meeting one last time as Big Sky foes. The Eagles will try to slow down a pretty dynamic and up-tempo offense that ranks 2nd in the conference overall in offense, number 1 in rushing. Kickoff in Cheney is tomorrow at 1 p.m. And the 2025 World Series somehow gets even more dramatic after a thrilling 3-1 Los Angeles win over Toronto in Game 6 to force a decisive Game 7. LA won behind another phenomenal outing from ace Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the bats of Mookie Betts and Will Smith. Yamamoto improves to 4-1 this postseason. He pitched 2 of the Dodgers' 3 World Series wins so far. Game 7 going back tomorrow, 5 p.m. in Toronto. We'll be back later on in sports for all the high school football action around the Inland Northwest tonight as the regular season closes up. Derek, back to you.
All right, Jack. Talk to you in a bit. Well, another key administrator has resigned from the Shoshone County Sheriff's Office. Jail Captain Eli Lopez resigned just days before the agency asked voters to pass a 2-year, $2 million levy. This comes a little over a week after Shoshone County Sheriffs resigned following a car crash. The levy on the November ballot is meant to address staffing issues and the budget cuts the agency is facing. Undersheriff Lance Stutzky fears the levy not passing could mean even more people leaving the agency.
A lot of people already have job offers at our office from other agencies, so we have several that have made it known that if the levy doesn't go through, they intend to accept those offers. And a lot of that just has to do with they don't feel a future or a level of support here from the community.
If the levy passes, the top priority is to save the positions that are currently on the line. The measure would cost the average homeowner in Shoshone County about $10 more a month. Well, Captain Lopez told 4 News Now his resignation had nothing to do with what happened with Sheriff Holly Lindsay and that she was a great leader. He says several factors led to his decision, writing, "I have felt a lack of sustained support from the county commissioners and the county clerk. Additionally, the demanding schedule has taken a toll, working 60+ hours per week. After hours of calls, not being able to spend time with the family or spend time needed with my family and a sense of being underappreciated and unsupported." To read his full statement, you can find this story on our website, KXLY.com. All right, still ahead, a look at how the Spokane County Sheriff's Office celebrated Halloween with the community. And we're going to be under a wind advisory tomorrow. Chris Crocker will tell us what we need to know next.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV. 4 News Now is brought to you by Disney's The Lion King. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Holiday deals are popping up, but is now the time to buy or should you wait? I'm Hannah Joy. Holiday shopping this year is a little bit different. I'll show you how to shop smart, save some cash, and keep the holiday stress off your list. Tuesday on Good Morning Northwest.
If you're hunting for the best selection of sporty used trucks and 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive SUVs, we got them! And this week, you can get a guaranteed $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride.
Come on out to Cal.
Peters Homes is having a fall clearance sale. All 2025 model display homes must go. Discounts up to $20,000. Hurry, this sale ends soon. Peters Homes, off exit 2 in Post Falls. Say again? That's right. Peters Homes is having a fall clearance sale. All 2025 model display homes must go. Discounts up to $20,000. Hurry, this sale ends soon. Peters Homes, off exit 2 in Post Falls.
Touchdown on savings at George Key Kia Spokane. We're clearing out all new 2025 Kias at huge discounts to make room for the new 2026 Kias on the way. Shop over 350 new Kias and score big. Locally owned, family operated, always exceeding your expectations with unbeatable deals and exceptional customer service. Don't miss this chance to save. Visit George Key Kia Spokane off I-90 and Liberty Lake or shop anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
It's time to go see my good pal Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's all new.
Finally, some good news.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. What was your real name?
James Christian Kimmel. You think this is a name I chose?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC. 4 News Now is brought to you by Sandpoint Furniture.
Well, families got out and celebrated Halloween with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office and Spokane Valley Fire Department tonight. Check it out. The Trunk or Treat event was held at the Sun City Church in Spokane Valley. Kids were dressed up in costumes and got to enjoy trick-or-treating with the first responders who serve our community.
And it's a great event where we get a ton of kids, thousands and thousands of kids out in a safe environment. They get to come and be around first responders. People who come out here, they really decorate their cars up, make everything just a great experience for everybody.
Yeah, they said that you could meet police canines, and even the Air One helicopter was there. So it sounds like a pretty good time for all those kids. And you get a lot of candy in one location.
I know. That's a good deal.
It's pretty smart,
I really
actually.
wish they had that when I was a kid. And the weather held out. I am so relieved.
Yeah.
It was a big weight on my shoulders. I wish I could say the same for the first part of your weekend. Here are 4 things to know. It's going to be a wet and windy Saturday. Afternoon gusts in Spokane up to 45 miles per hour. A sunny, nice Sunday, and then a chance of rain every day next week. There's a pretty good string of wet days. With all the clouds and the fog and the sprinkles, we only got to 43 degrees today in Spokane. Our average high now is in the 40s. Keep that in mind when I show you the 7-day forecast. There's a lot of 50s in the 7-day forecast. Started the day off at 31. Enjoy those sunsets in the 5 o'clock hour. We only have one more, and then we go into the 4 o'clock hour. Tomorrow's highs are going to be 10 degrees warmer despite the clouds and the showers and the winds. We'll be in the 50s and 60s thanks to a warm front moving through. 59 in Meade and Spokane Valley out at the airport in Spokane. 59, 57 in Coeur d'Alene, and 58 in Spangle. Lots of 60s on the map, close to 70 degrees tomorrow in Lewiston. Good chance of rain throughout the day, going from a 70% chance at 7 a.m. Peak time for rain in Spokane will be right around noon, and then things slowly taper off as we get into tomorrow evening. Rainfall totals around the region will be highest through North Idaho, especially Sandpoint, even Coeur d'Alene, over 1/4 inch, with some pretty good rainfall totals even in parts of eastern Washington, close to a 1/2 inch down in Moscow and Pullman. When the rain wraps up, it'll be almost time to set those clocks back. We fall back. Daylight saving time ends Sunday officially at 2 a.m. And so we lose that hour of sunset, but for early risers, the news is good. You have a nice early sunrise. Here is your planning forecast. A lot going on here, so I want to spend some time. Windy on Saturday. We do set our clocks back. Dry on Sunday. That might be our only dry day the rest of the week. Chance of showers Monday, and then throughout the rest of the 7-day forecast. Again, keeping in mind that our average high is in the upper 40s, it is going to be a fairly warm week, and our overnight lows with the clouds and the showers are going to be above freezing, all except one exception, that Sunday night and into Monday, getting down to 32. I have a special pick of the night tonight. Perfect for Halloween. This is from our good friend Jerry Kaiser, who has a special smart deep space telescope camera, and he took this picture of the Witch's Broom Nebula. Again, perfect for Halloween. It is a cloud of heated and ionized gas and dust, the remnants of a supernova that exploded, 10,000, 20,000 years ago. So it's just a baby. He captured this image this week just out at Fish Trap Lake. So beautiful shot, Jerry.
Yeah, very cool pic. All right. Next on Nightside, early detection makes all the difference. A local woman's breast cancer journey shows the power of routine screenings. We'll share her story after the break. Don't go away.
Later tonight on Nightline, we're at the slasher-loving convention that gets bigger every year, Scarefest, with David Arquette and Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund, plus one-on-one with Michelle Obama, opening up about her most iconic looks.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality that's guaranteed fresh and down low prices in every aisle. With quality and savings that add up, Fred Meyer shoppers never compromise.
And you can add up even more savings with these weekly deals. Right now, USDA Choice T-bone steaks are $9.99 a pound. And save $10 when you spend $75 on pickup and delivery orders. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is
another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR plus no monthly payments until next year on select Sierra 1500 models.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
BECU and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On November 7th, bring your old tattered flag to BECU and exchange it for a new one with the help of Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. This November, let's thank veterans and military families.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
And on that limb, there was a little nest, there was a little nest, the prettiest little nest, the prettiest little nest that you ever did see, that you ever did see. Now the nest on the limb and the limb on the tree, and the green grass grows all round and round.
Life is full of surprises.
The green grass grows all around.
That's why we're keeping your internet price the same with the 5-year price guarantee, only from Xfinity. Xfinity, imagine that.
Monday Night Football, Cardinals-Cowboys at 8 on ABC and ESPN.
A local breast cancer survivor is sharing her message about the importance of routine screenings. Deanna Hawley says a 15-minute mammogram saved her life. 2 years ago, this routine check caught metaplastic carcinoma. But luckily for Holly, it was still in its early stages. This meant doctors were able to properly treat her over the course of 15 months.
If I had skipped that mammogram and decided to, I'll put it off for 6 months, I would have been in a completely different situation.
She received her final infusion last December. Now, as a grandmother and mother-in-law, Holly continues to share her story, hoping to encourage other women to prioritize preventative care. Well, one lakeside community on Lake Pend Oreille is famous for its homes that actually float on the water. For more than 100 years, these unique residences have been part of Bayview's charm. And in this week's Air 4 Adventure, we see what makes living in a floating home so special.
Welcome to Bayview, Idaho. It's amazing. You get to wake up to the sunrise and go to sleep with the sunset. It's gorgeous. Fall is my favorite. I do love it when the season starts to change. Leaves are beautiful, the crisp air. I mean, summer's beautiful too, but yeah, I love fall's my favorite. It's a floating bar and grill on Lake Pend Oreille right next to the boat launch. It caught my eye years ago, and we have a float home nearby that we live on, and so it's a beautiful place to be for sure. We're lucky every day to work here and live here. It's definitely stable. Everyone asks that. They say, you know, do you rock? You know, no, it's stable. I guess it depends on where you're at, you know, but it's just like a home on the lake. Yeah, you don't move around that much unless a boat comes zooming by, but they shouldn't be. But the lake drops, as you can see, and so the kokanee spawn and the eagles. It's so cool. We sit on our deck and just watch the eagles swoop down and eat their meal. It's gorgeous. Yeah, a lot of people come down here to eagle watch, and we can just sit on our patio and watch it ourselves. It's great. Close-knit, you know, community. Everybody knows each other, and you know, how's it going, John? Did you get your boat fixed? You know, I love that small feel. It's just different and beautiful, and this little piece of heaven.
Pretty cool place, that Bayview, Idaho. All right, no Friday Night Sports Extra tonight. You basically did it last night, Jack, but we still have a packed slate of high school football games to close out the regular season.
From across the street at One Spokane Stadium to out all the way at Medical Lake, we had some pretty impressive action all across the inland Northwest. Catch the last of the pre-playoff action from around Washington, plus score updates from Idaho High School's first round of the postseason. It's all up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Monday Night Football, Cardinals-Cowboys at 8 on ABC and ESPN.
The playoff push continues with the SEC on ABC today.
You better come prepared every single week.
At noon, Heisman hopeful Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt take on Texas. Then, Georgia and Florida keep the party going in Jacksonville.
One of the great rivalries in college football.
And Oklahoma battles Tennessee on Rocky Top in a pivotal primetime showdown.
How important is this game for both teams?
The SEC on ABC, all day today, beginning at noon Eastern.
This is our new home.
Mission control, engine lost.
Call you after.
I'll be right next to you.
Every day, our customers experience that moment. The moment when the decision is made and the train has left the station. When there's nothing left to do but lean forward and watch a little piece of the future unfold right before your dilated pupils. It only lasts a heartbeat or two, and some moments end better than others. But whatever the outcome, there's never a dull moment at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Born and raised in Spokane, Zach Sapone is a teacher who understands our challenges to get ahead. Zach goes above and beyond, standing up for working and middle-class families like his own. On council, he's delivered results, making housing more affordable, improving streets and transit, and creating safe, vibrant neighborhoods. Zach knows there's more to be done. That's why he's pushing forward on homelessness, housing, and public safety.
I'm Zach Sapone. I'm asking for your vote so we can keep fighting for everyone to have a fair shot.
Welcome back to another night of high school football. On no Friday Night Sports Extra, but we still have a great slate of ball games. Starting at One Spokane Stadium, it's Clarkston driving on North Central. Kendry Gimlin finds Dre Torpy in the end zone. What a toe tap catch. That'd be good in the NFL. That opens the scoring for the Bantams. Clarkston again on 0 in the second quarter. Deep shot ends up being way short here. There's Camden Ramcourt with the interception in the end zone. He's going to take that pick out past the 20, but no NC score on that drive. Another chance for the Wolfpack, though. There's Jason Renard for the INT. Goes right back. The defense is showing up big time tonight at One Spokane. And Clarkston looking to finish the ensuing drive well. It's Renard again on the other side of the ball. He catches the quick pass for 6, touchdown Bantams. And Clarkston wins their first game of the year, 21-7 to finish at 1-6 overall. North Central ends their season at 2-4 in GSL. 4-5 overall. And our later game at One Spokane featured Deer Park and Rogers. Trick or treat, smell your defeat. Rogers Pirates came to eat. Quite the slogan this spooky evening. Deer Park on 4th and short. Ian Olietti rolling out the pass ball. Tip midair. There's David Moore in the interception. Rogers takes over just beyond the 50 and hands Warwick in the Wildcat. Darts up the middle. Evades a tackler. Jukes another at the 30 and he rolls out of bounds just at the 20. A huge Pirates first down. Handoff is going off to Brandon Lee Sanchez. Look at his speed. Look at his power going right to the end zone. He gets the mighty Pirates yell right at the camera. Thank you, Brandon. That was right at the end. Pirates still going later in the half. Malachi Fletcher adding the second Rogers score right up the middle with the short rush. And well, that'll be all their scores tonight. Rogers closed out the 14-7 win, earning them a playoff spot and eliminating Deer Park. The Stags now will play a non-league game in Week 10. Last up in our 2A games, you have a crossover game between Pullman and Riverside. The hosting Greyhounds win 32-29 in a great close game to end their year at 4-5, 3-3 overall. But they will join Rogers, East Valley, and West Valley in those 2A playoffs. Looking at 3A, 4A, Meade, their student section bouncing on this Halloween night, getting Union Stadium ready for its last 2025 regular season game. Panthers with the rock. Landon Thomas finds Lee Cullum. What a juke and a stiff arm. Look at that. Incredible. He breaks free for a 32-yard touchdown. Meade opens up the scoring tonight. Next drive, Max Fagau. We've talked about this kid a lot. He's stuffed in the backfield. What a play from Shadle Park's Tal Catlin to stop Meade's drive. Panthers field goal from Donovan Damiano is good. 10-0 game. Meade will not be denied from the end zone for more appearances. It's Fagau again. We got to get a touchdown for him. He just does this all the time. It's the GSL's leading rusher. He's just not even human. Look, he's running like he hates the grass. What a move. The dive in the end zone. He gets it. Unbelievable. One of the plays of the year by one of the players of the year. Meade will not slow down. They win 52-6 and finish 4th in the GSL 3, 4A and 2nd just in 4A. And the Medical Lake students are having a blast on a chilly Halloween night. Even the Cardinals mascot's getting some sweet dance moves in, but it's all Reardon feeling good, already up 7-0. And Blake Wincoop goes headfirst through the Cards D-line to score the Screaming Eagles' second TD of the night. Quarterback Hunter Flaw decides to scramble in the next drive, goes way outside. There's Blake with a key block. Flaw flies to the other side of the field, still evading everyone. Green grass ahead. He's in for the 65-yard touchdown. 21-zip, Reardon. And Medical Lake now on 4th and very long. And here comes Julian Taylor. It's a fake punt. He gets around a defender, and Wyatt Colvin ends up getting this incredible suplex tackle at the end, which stops a great fake attempt. Reardon taking over, and Lakota Eldred pass for the Screaming Eagles. Levi Collier's got it, the tight end with the old school neck roll, sprinting in for another Reardon score. They keep up a strong offense in the second half, winning it 41-6. Ending their year at 4-4. And our final Washington game tonight, Colfax stays unbeaten this regular season, a big 41-16 win over Liberty. And quite the cinematic ending to Lewiston and Lakeland over in Idaho. The third time these teams have played in the last 8 days. Lakeland winning big at home to end the regular season last week, but then losing the Kansas City tiebreaker. Lewiston hosting tonight, and Lakeland wins again 28-27 in overtime. The Hawks move to the next round, playing at top-seeded Hillcrest next Friday at 7. And for other Idaho schools in 5A, Sandpoint edges past Minico in an 11-6 seed upset. But 4A, Bonners Ferry ending their year at American Falls 28-21, the final after 15 unanswered points from the Beavers. And we promised we'd have it back. This game just wrapped up. Idaho Vandals needed extra time in their game at the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks. An incredible 24-yard rush from Elijah Cummings set up that 1-yard push from Hayden Kinchlow. The Vandals walk off the Lumberjacks 35-32 in overtime, saving the Vandals from a blown second half 19-point lead. Idaho improves to 4-5, and they earn their first ranked win of the year over number 21 NAU. And wanted to mention this too about the high school games. I noticed that GSL 3 and 4A ended in a perfect ladder where the top team was 9-0, then 8-1, 7-2, all the way down. So no ties. The 9-man was just fascinating to see that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Jack, thank you very much. With more right after this.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
If you're hunting for the best selection of sporty used trucks and 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive SUVs, we got them! And this week, you can get a guaranteed $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride.
Come on out to count.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
He left a trail of terror spread across Spokane.
Detectives are forced to comb it inch by inch.
Until one clue led them to a quiet South Hill neighborhood.
We're very confident that Mr. Yates is a suspect in 12 of our homicides.
His legacy of murder still haunts our city. Watch the story of Spokane serial killer Robert Yates, one of 509's most notorious crimes. An all-new episode streams commercial-free Wednesday at 7, only on KXLY+.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
After a car wreck, Big Insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you.
I called Craigsoft and Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Well, we can't say goodbye without sharing some more viewer photos from Halloween. We've got this crew that turned themselves into some very convincing statues. And it appears Bingo from Bluey came from Australia to America. Then we've got this guy who turned from a dog into a lion. And we had a little newsroom debate on if this was a dinosaur or a hippo, but the three of us here on the set all seem to think dinosaur, and a cute one at that.
It's got some hippo qualities, but yeah. Be whatever you want. Oh, I was going to show the 7-day forecast, but there's that Witch's Broom Nebula. I think you'd rather see that than the rain and wind tomorrow, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no doubt. All right, thanks so much for being with us. Happy Halloween, everyone.